Lies laced with anger and hate spread fastest.
As one of the Philippines' most prominent journalists, Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Ressa has witnessed firsthand the rise of authoritarianism and the impact of disinformation and corruption. Her work as a guardian of truth landed her on the cover of Time magazine as the 2018 Person of the Year. It also made her a target of former Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte. She has been accused of nearly a dozen criminal charges and faces the potential of life in prison. Maria Ressa joins me now. She is the CEO of digital news site Rappler and was awarded the Nobel Prize in 2021. Her new memoir is How to Stand Up to a Dictator, The Fight for Our Future. But the real reason why I invited her here tonight, she's a graduate of Toms River High School and Princeton, New Jersey. She is a Jersey girl. Maria, I am in awe of your bravery, of all of the work you have done. And we're sitting here in the United States right now looking at all the things that are happening scared. You have witnessed firsthand the rise of authoritarianism. Do you look at what's happening here and have fears that that could happen here?
It already is, Stephanie. I mean, first, thanks for having me, but just listening to kind of, you know, we heard earlier, you double down. That's exactly the kind of incentive structure our communications, our information ecosystems encourage. And it is not a surprise. That's the behavior we see.
So you've also witnessed what happens when there's dissent against a dictator. We're having things happen here now, squashing speech, don't say gay. Why is that happening, and what could it mean?
Well, so look at it this way. It's not particular forms of speech as much as the kind of behavior. And a lot of our work in the Philippines has focused on social media, on essentially what happened after news organizations were replaced as the gatekeepers by technology companies that abdicated responsibility for protecting the public sphere. Instead, what it did was to turn everything upside down by encouraging what spreads fastest and further on social media: lies. Lace it with anger, hate, us against them, and it spreads even further. That's the reward structure that we're living through. So is it a surprise that you get hate speech, that this is the kind of human behavior you're getting? Yes, it impacts politics, but it impacts everything else. So it shifts the type of discourse that we have. It makes people like former President Trump, President Duterte, former President Duterte in the Philippines, people who encourage this type of speech, it gives them a greater megaphone.
But when you talk about holding the line against fascism, with free speech comes this awful speech that's being amplified hyperspeed on social media. So what do you do with that?
Well, the first is actually make sure that this doesn't happen. Because in the end, this comes from a corrosive business model that we didn't even have a name for until 2019, surveillance capitalism. And in order to fix this, in the long term, it's education. In the medium term, it's legislation. We need protection because essentially what this is doing is manipulating our emotions in order to change our worldviews, thinking fast first in order to change how you act in the real world. In the Nobel lecture, I called it a behavior modification system, and we are Pavlov's dogs. This is based on data. In the short term, it becomes a person-to-person defense of democracy. It is hand-to-hand combat on social media to be able to get your messages out. But again, as you can see, if hate gets most of the distribution, then all of us get sucked into this, and it creates emergent human behavior.
But Maria, if you're saying the long-term solution is education, the medium-term solution is legislation, let's be honest. We're not getting anything out of the government. And this education you're talking about, people aren't going to school. What are they doing? They're spending their days scrolling through Twitter. And while we're scrolling through Twitter, Twitter is having more and more layoffs, people who were in charge of content moderation. So how dangerous is this moment we're in?
It's become even more dangerous. Strangely enough, it is we're seeing a nadir of the technology that has controlled and shaped our lives. If you only look at this through political lenses, you're going to miss the fact that our own behavior has shifted, right? The old ideas of name and shame, the way journalists used to work, doesn't work anymore in a day of exponential lies. This isn't the day of Judge Brandeis, where the only way to fight hate speech is more speech. In the age of exponential lies, where information operations, where disinformation is the bullet that information operations uses, and it uses it to pound narratives, people, targets to silence. So this is a kind of, the quick answer to your question in terms of what do we do right now is the public sphere is corrupted. In the Nobel lecture, I said an atom bomb has exploded, and we must come together to stop the worst of humanity from happening. This happened post-World War II, and this is another one of those moments. The problem with Twitter right now is, without legislation, a powerful man, a powerful rich man, can take over the public sphere, and there's no accountability.
Then when you say we have to come together, who is it that comes together, right? Because right now, you've got one man, Elon Musk, running Twitter. You've got one man, Mark Zuckerberg, running Facebook. And the power they have at this point, it's bigger than any forces that we've had before.
And they've not been elected. And they are determining not just what the public sphere in the United States is, but globally, in countries where institutions are far weaker than the United States. So without this legislation, this is what we have. But the problem, of course, is that they destroyed the system of trust that allowed these companies to grow. What do we do now? Again, you have to go back. Despite the split between the polarization of politics in the United States, legislation has been what we've worked on in the last few years. In spring 2023, the EU, the European Union, I joke that it is the slowest of the turtles to move, right? But they're coming out with the Digital Services Act and the Digital Markets Act. This isn't about content. It's about algorithms of distribution. A definition of algorithm is opinion in code, right? Matched and then exponentially repeated. So what they're looking at is more transparency in the algorithms of distribution, taking away the ability to actually continue spreading hate, lies. Which upside down world would you encourage your kids to lie and keep lying? This is the consequences of that kind of reward structure.
Maria, thank you so much for being here tonight. We always look for people to help us get smarter, and tonight you certainly did that. Thank you again. Maria's new book, How to Stand Up to a Dictator, The Fight for Our Future. It is a must read. I'm underlining must.